Welcome back to the Reality Club. My name is Alicia,
And my name is Lauren.
and today we're going to be breaking down Grant's Bachelor episode 3.
Yes, we're so happy to have you all back. Or if you're new, welcome.
Yeah, my favorite thing of the episode, just right into it, Parisa.
No, no, I actually have something to say first.
Okay.
Um, so I've been seeing a lot about people thinking that Grant is a big player. And
Okay.
I feel like I'm getting played because I thought he was so genuine, so sweet, looking for love. No, people think he's a player. And now I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to see him now, and I'm so confused.
Okay, so to be clear, I've seen nothing because I haven't been on TikTok or Instagram. So I know nothing. What is it, people coming out from like the past? Is it like exes? Is it just
No, it's how he like is interacting with some girls. It's how like stuff he's saying or like how he's asking them for a kiss. Like honestly, like not hard evidence, but like I'm convinced.
Okay. It's kind of funny. I don't know yet because I don't think okay, after this episode, I know last episode we made fun of him a lot for singing and like wanting to be on for like a music career. But after this episode, I do really think he wants to find love. I do think that is true. I think he has like really good intentions of finding a wife. I do think he's a good-looking guy. He played basketball. Like he's really been able to, you know, be a flirt in his life. So I feel like he has like player tendencies, but I don't think he is.
I hope that's the
And maybe
case.
maybe he was. Maybe he was. But I think now, but I don't know. I don't think so because remember I think in episode 1 he talked about how he was like on and off with the same like relationship for like 5 or 6 years. So,
I know, but just like we get to know the girls as weeks go on, we get to know Grant a little more each time.
fair. Fair.
And now I just can't unsee this side of him. I'm
Okay.
really trying not to let it get to me,
Fair.
but it's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
We'll see. We'll see. I have some things to say on this a little later when way further in the episode. So stay tuned. We'll discuss that because I think it's relevant.
Okay.
I think what you're saying is relevant to something that happened this episode. But I'm
Oh,
not
okay,
fully
now
convinced yet. But
I'm curious what you
yeah,
have to say.
but we'll get to that.
Okay. Okay, we'll get to
Um,
that. We'll get to that. Okay, so
Wait, before we
the
get
fr-
into it, one more thing. One more thing.
okay.
Oh, really important Bachelor news. That Bachelorette is not happening this year.
Okay, once again though, do we know that that's real? Was that real information?
I'm pretty sure it's legit
Or am I
information.
or am I being pranked again?
No, I think it's real information. And honestly, I'm okay with it. My theory is that Bachelor is just they have Golden Bachelorette, Golden Bachelor. They're bringing back Bachelor in Paradise this year, and I'm really happy about that. So if we had to get one or the other, I'm really happy to have Bachelor in Paradise back. I'm a huge Bachelorette fan. I think I like the Bachelorette a little better than the Bachelor just because I don't know,
Really?
I like seeing the girl be the lead and her just
Okay.
like be in command.
Yeah. No, yeah.
And I feel like guys or men can be they're very entertaining to watch as contestants for sure.
I feel like they're entertaining in like different ways than girls
Yeah,
are.
true. I love getting to know the girls on The Bachelor, but either way, I'm okay with it. But yeah.
I don't mind. I feel like a lot of it when I was reading like an article was that Love Island and Gen season were on at the same time last year.
Okay.
And so Gen season took a bit of a hit for viewers because Love Island was so big.
That's
Which,
fair.
I mean, I was one of the people that watched Love Island instead of Gen season, so I get it.
Same. I actually was too. I didn't watch Gen season until earlier this year, so and I am happy to recap Love Island when it comes on this year.
Yes.
So
yes.
stay tuned for that as well.
Stay tuned because Love is Blind comes out on Friday, on Valentine's Day,
Yes.
and we are very excited about that.
We will be recapping Love is Blind as well. So if you're a Love is Blind fan, stay tuned for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Very excited. Very excited. And yeah, moving on.
Okay, well, getting right into the episode then. It's a group date. The first date is a group date with every single woman besides Beverly and Carolina. Sorry, my autocorrect on my notes put Caroline.
That's okay. My autocorrect put Catalina. I don't know where that got taken from, but
notes don't like any of these girls' names. None of them are written correctly. But anyway, the group date was with everyone except Beverly and Carolina. And how did you feel about this date?
I don't know. I think it was cool. I think they had a lot of potential to. I love when they ask questions and you get to like learn about the girls and learn about Grant in like that kind of environment. But I don't know. I don't think it was any. I don't think it was a standout date by any means, but it was interesting.
Yeah. For anyone who hasn't watched yet, essentially, it was Bachelor School of Finance. I guess we're bringing in one of Grant's other interests this week, finance, because he's a day trader, so he's really into investments. He said love is the greatest investment. I felt like the beginning was so funny. He just walks up to the front of the room, and it seems like he's just giving them a lecture. Like he's the professor, just standing at the front of the room. We get two guest hosts, Daniel Lebetsky, who I think was from Shark Tank, if I'm not mistaken, and Hannah Berner, who I love. I don't know if you see her on TikTok, but she has a podcast now. I've never actually listened to her podcast, but I've seen some clips before. I love her.
I didn't know she was a podcaster. I just saw her from like clips on TikTok.
Yeah, she's so funny. She really held down this group date. She was like the main character of the group date, honestly.
She was the main character. I don't even think the other guy spoke. But that's okay. It was entertaining. It was fine.
I mean, it was cute. They were answering questions to get Grant bucks to buy perks later on in the episode in the cocktail party. I mean, it was cute. I liked the idea, but I honestly don't think, like you said, I don't think we got to know the girls that much. Like, it was super quick. There wasn't really like in-depth questions. It was cute. It was funny. But I feel like it was, we didn't really get to know them very much in this portion. Yeah.
The concept is cute. I just think the idea and what happened just, like Zoe got frustrated because all the girls were trying to have funny answers, but Zoe just wanted to put the right answer, so she was not having a good time with that.
Yeah.
But I get it. Yeah. I'm the Zoe there. I'm like, okay, girls, what are we doing? But there was one question about how much he should spend on an engagement ring.
Yeah.
Is $20,000 like, that seems like a lot to me. Is that average?
I'm the wrong person to ask.
I have no idea.
I feel like okay, I don't care how much someone spends on an engagement ring for me because I don't wear a lot of jewelry. I will probably lose the ring. So do not spend too much money because that will stress me out. To me, it's the thought that counts. However, I think the rule of thumb, or not rule of thumb, but what I've heard, it's supposed to be 3-month salary.
Okay, I heard that. I think I've heard that too. Dina, though, she wants his 3-month salary plus her year's salary on a ring.
And she's an attorney.
Girl, that's crazy. I don't know if Grant's ready for that commitment. But no, they just were all such high numbers, and I was like, I don't even know what number to expect, but like these just seem pretty high to me.
Yeah, but I liked the machine with money, them stuffing all of the Grant bucks. Like that would be so much fun. But I don't know, though, it was a really cute date. To me, it was like nothing memorable for a day portion, but I think it was nice to just have like a light and fun group date. Because after last week's episode, all the group dates were so much drama. It was a fun little portion.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Okay.
So Bailey wins the most Grant bucks. So
Yep.
she gets to pick something off the menu later at the cocktail party. And yeah, she gets to pick between, I think it was like getting his shirt to sleep in, a toast. I
A
can't
bottle of champagne with him.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I know she requested one of his shirts. Was that it though, or was there something else? I missed that
She
first
got
part.
dessert, I think.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, it was a cute concept, I guess.
Yeah. She gets his shirt, she puts it on, and
now
then she
she's
wears
taking
it.
home.
Yeah. True. That was an unfortunate series of events.
He probably picked his least favorite shirt. He was like,
I don't need this one. It honestly just looked like a raggedy white t-shirt. It probably wasn't even his.
yeah.
Like, producer, I need a t-shirt.
Okay, so this whole date, Parisa, she is my favorite contestant by far.
Okay, Parisa's actually funny. The very first clip of the episode was her, Natalie, and Chloe sitting outside, like, just chatting at the mansion. And they're all talking about their dreams that they had. And Parisa goes, I dreamt that some guy tried to rip my teeth out. Like, girl.
I
just
know.
like so casually, like she's funny. She
is funny.
She says the weirdest stuff. She does the weirdest things. Like,
it's funny because we didn't know her at all the first episode, and that's when she pulled out the PowerPoint, and so it was a bit much without knowing her. But now that we're getting to know her personality, like, she is so funny. I was laughing so hard watching them. I think it was like Rice Krispie squares they had in their mouth playing Chubby Bunny. They were laughing, like they were like crying laughing.
yeah. Grant said he's like, this is the most I've laughed in so long.
It was funny. At first I was like, oh boy, Parisa, not again. But it was cute. I mean, it's probably a super stressful experience, so just getting to play a fun little game and laugh.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah. No, that was funny. During this, Zoe starts saying that she felt really uncomfortable at the challenge with the other girls, and she starts crying a bit. And some of the girls were comforting her, which was nice, because I feel like she wasn't a fan favorite last week.
Yeah, how do you feel about her? I think it was maybe Serafina that was saying that she doesn't feel bad because last week she stole all the time, and this week now she's crying about not getting enough time. So it was like a double standard, which, I mean, I get, but I feel like last week, I don't know. I guess like I can understand that she probably feels a little excluded, probably not intentionally, but kind of coming in hot like that last week probably made it a bit more difficult to connect with people, and in an environment where you probably already feel like you're spiraling and alone. I don't know. Zoe is a confusing one for me.
She is, and I just assume she's faking it, which is so bad. Like, I'm sorry, Zoe, but this is very convenient timing for you to be sad about this.
Yeah. I didn't like, though, although Zoe obviously like was very much herself last week and like didn't feel any remorse for taking extra time and like stood her ground on that. I don't like the comment that Serafina made, like talking about her. I don't know. I can understand not feeling bad for her, feeling sad, but you're kind of just snooping to the same level.
That was to say, well, Serafina and Ali Jobo said something. Mm-hmm. And it's like, at that point, like, just, you don't need to say anything.
Yeah.
Just let it go. I agree, though. Serafina, not the biggest fan of her last night, I'll be honest, but that's fine.
And honestly, we don't know much about her yet, so this is all we're really seeing. That's all we can go off of. But truthfully, just wasn't really a fan of either of them. Both, I feel like they were both in the wrong, so...
Yeah, Serafina unnecessarily says about Zoe's dress that is the shortest dress she's ever seen in her life. Zoe overhears that and then gets even more upset.
And as a tall girl, I feel bad for Zoe in that scenario because it's hard to find a dress that is long enough. Everything is
Yeah.
short. All the cute dresses are too short on me, so I
Yeah.
get it. But yeah, we see Grant and Zoe next, and he's comforting her. Like, she's kind of bringing up to him that she feels kind of isolated in the house or belittled because of those
Yeah.
comments, which I don't know. I don't know how I feel about girls bringing the house issues to Grant personally. I feel like she's totally in the right to feel not good about that, but she also could communicate that with Serafina and Ally Joe.
Yep. I
So,
think whenever they involve the Bachelor or Bachelorette in like the drama the house is having, I feel like it's usually those people that don't last much longer.
yeah.
Like in like for Grant, he doesn't want to have this drama, this unnecessary drama. Like if he could send two girls home, then send those two girls home if this is gonna stop it.
Yeah.
And they've definitely done that before.
So, yeah, at first I thought Grant reassuring her meant that he really likes her. And I do think he does. But then next we get Grant and Juliana, and they are so cute together.
They are really cute. They're just when they like laugh together.
Yeah,
They just look so happy.
I know. I want to see them get a little bit deeper. Like, I want to get to know them a little bit more because I feel like they are just like super attracted to each other, obviously. And he kind of even said that. He was like, there's no lack of like physical attraction, but I want to get a little bit like more emotionally connected. So I see them having that emotional connection. I want to see their one-on-one. Like, I want to get to know them, see them together besides these little clips at the group dates. For some reason I thought she had a one-on-one this week, but I was wrong. So hopefully
Maybe next week.
Maybe next week.
I agree though. I think we need to see a one-on-one between the two of them.
But then my favorite person, Parisa, gets the rose. I'm so happy. I literally was like clapping, standing ovation.
I was a little shocked. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying they didn't have a good time, but like I was not expecting her to get the rose.
Neither was I, but I'm so happy she did. Like, clearly they have a connection because she didn't go home after the PowerPoint. He definitely likes her to some capacity, or maybe he just likes having her around because she's funny and is someone nice to talk to.
Yep.
But I think she's definitely secured her spot for Paradise. I'll say that much.
Oh, yeah. She's going to be a fan favorite on there.
I don't follow people on Instagram anymore from the Bachelor franchise just because there's too many people nowadays, but I'd probably follow her.
I'd like to see what she's up to in the real world. Well, after she gets the rose, Grant addresses the rumors to the girls about the belittling that's happening in the house. And while he was there, none of the girls really spoke up. But then once he left, I mean, I feel like everyone had a really good idea it was Zoe. They didn't really need to ask. And they even mentioned that. But I don't know. I think this is just unnecessary drama right now. I think it's just for TV.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's gonna go anywhere, and I don't think it means anything.
No, it's super funny though because the next day we get a peek into the mansion and everybody's crying. Like, everyone is losing their mind. Alex is bawling.
Alex was having like a mental breakdown outside.
I know.
So unnecessary, but okay.
I don't know. At first I was like very curious as to why, but I guess she feels bad. Like, she's been trying to connect with Zoe. So I'm not sure. I really don't know what's going on.
I feel like I understand that frustration. Like, if you are trying to make that effort and then hearing a girl say that.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, what? It's like, come on.
Yeah.
And that's partly why I feel like Zoe is a bit full of shit. Just a little bit.
Okay, fair.
I think she just knows that if she's sad, then Grant will give her special treatment, and he'll be like, "Oh, let me hold you. Let me take care of you." Yeah. I don't think she cares.
I think she's probably like just not feeling support from anybody else. So Grant is the only person she gets that like support from right now. But
she also doesn't peg me as a girl that would support other girls, if that makes sense.
True. That's fair. Good point.
So, sorry,
Anyway.
Zoe, you dug your grave on that one.
All right, and then we have Carolina's one-on-one date. So she pulls up to Grant standing in front of a private jet, and Grant's taking her to Vegas. So this means that Grant really likes her, because I feel like bachelors pick the girls to go on these types of dates that they really like.
That's true. He wouldn't have brought Serafina to a date like that.
Also,
Also, though, whenever... No, wait, you go.
I was just going to say that Alex got to go to the mall last week, and Carolina gets to go on a private jet to Vegas.
Gets to go on a private jet. Every time Grant said the word PJ, I wanted to throw up. That was such an ick.
I didn't even notice that.
Said it like 4 times. I counted, and that was too much. One too many. But when they do arrive in Vegas, they get to their destination, which is pretty much bungee jumping, looks like, off a building. That was 800 feet.
Okay.
Alicia, you seem like the type that would, like, thrive off a date like that. Is that true?
I would absolutely not thrive off a date like this. I have been skydiving. However,
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever jump off a building. I could never go bungee jumping, because jumping from a plane is so different than jumping from a building or like a bridge, because you don't have like depth perception when you get up to into the air. Like, you're up there and like, you're high, but you don't have that depth perception of like where the ground is. And honestly, if you're going like tandem with someone, you just kind of sit there and they push you out. So you don't have to do anything. Like, it's scary to go up, but like the actual action of like jumping is like, it's someone does it for you. But something like this, like, you have to go walk and like stare at the ground and like physically make yourself jump off. Absolutely not.
That's not my kind of date. I would have had to do it because cameras and there was a boy there. But like, would I voluntarily do that on my own? Absolutely not.
I honestly, okay, it's funny because last week you said that you got friend vibes from Alex and Grant. This portion of the date, like, gave me buddies. Like, I didn't feel that they had, like, any, like, romantic connection. I feel like they were just, like, best friends hanging out. Which, I mean, I guess you want your partner to be a best friend, but it just gave me, like, they're just two buds. They kept...
See, I wrote that, though. I wrote that they were literally homies, but... I see their connection still.
Okay.
Alex, I can't. Alex, I just see that friendship. This, I see, like, that goofy, fun relationship.
Fair.
Where they, like... Yes. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the difference is. But, like,
okay.
I agree. That was a very, like, kind of friend-buddy experience. But I still see the connection.
Okay. I
think it's all... I think it's just physical, but I still see the connection.
That's what I think. I think they're attracted to each other and they get along really well, but I don't feel they're like husband and wife connection. My personal opinion from this 10 minutes I've seen them together.
I agree. And then I think Grant's supposed to go first. Grant starts freaking out.
Grant was more scared than her.
I know. She was playing it cool. She was like, that's what you got to do in that situation.
Honestly,
you play it cool.
I respected her for that, because I would have been crying.
See, but if he's crying, I can't also be crying. I have to be the one like that's keeping it together.
She didn't seem scared at all, so I give her props for that for sure.
I just wanted to say he looked like a starfish falling in the clip that they had of him. I thought that was such a funny, like, it made me want to do that. I'm like, if I could get footage like that, I would do this.
Yeah. But
they go a second time. They go twice, so it can't be that scary.
Yeah. It's so funny because you didn't watch Jen's season, but like they had a very similar date in New Zealand where they were like doing like a skywalk like that and they're supposed to jump off, like basically the exact same thing. And it was such different vibes. Like, Jen was so scared and her date was like not comforting her at all. There was such different vibes in this. This was just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna go jump off that building. Woohoo!
It was very casual.
Yeah.
But I feel like they always do stuff like this though as dates. I feel
Yeah.
like they've done skydiving before. Like I'm pretty sure Matt and Rachel went skydiving on Matt's season.
Everybody goes skydiving. Yeah, they definitely did. I
And
remember.
like Rachel had like the worst landing. And I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it was like a meme for a couple weeks. But I love you, Rachel, so that's okay.
Yeah, then they go have dinner at a beach club, and they have to, like, their table is in like the middle of the water. And I don't know if you watched the season of Bachelor in Paradise where they also had like this dinner table in the middle of the water. I think it was Will and Kylie, so maybe like 2 seasons ago. And he goes to like pull out Kylie's chair, and he falls into the water.
Oh my god, no, I did not see that.
You should go watch it because I was waiting for Grant to fall into the water.
Grant's too cool for that.
Yeah,
It was
but
nice though. He took off her shoes for her, helped her with her shoes. Super romantic.
yeah, I would not want any man to touch my feet. I'd be like, I got this. Don't worry.
No, it's he. I'm telling you, him. It's he. It's the physical attraction he has with her.
Fair.
I agree that like there could be a little bit more, but like that's he wants her body, and she will make it to fantasy suites.
We'll see.
I guarantee.
We will see after the rest of this episode. We'll have to
Actually,
get back to that.
That's true.
Yeah,
and even
we'll get
next week, it looks like okay. Yeah, never
We'll
mind.
get it. We'll get there.
Never mind.
But before we get there, they have their dinner portion. And yeah, Carolina opens up about. Well, she kind of teases that there's something that a lot of people can't deal with, and like it's hard to find someone who will stay. And she really appreciates Grant's loyalty and like will stick it out with people. And she opens up about her disability, that she has epilepsy, which causes her to have seizures, which has, I guess, people have let her down in the past, like not being able to, I guess, handle her having seizures or, yeah. So I was not expecting that at all.
No,
Yeah.
I think I don't want to say he handled the conversation well. I feel like he didn't really, he comforted her, yes, but like,
He was crying.
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like the girls are getting like emotional and stuff with him, but I feel like he's not like reciprocating in that deep of a way, like just with how he's communicating.
I feel like
And maybe that's just me thinking this, but
I think that was a tricky situation, right? Like she opens up about having a disability, and is essentially like, are you ready to handle that? Right? And so I think it's a lot to take, not that she's a lot to handle. However, it is a lot to take in. You're learning this about someone. I think he was just kind of processing it.
yeah, he probably didn't really know what to say or how to approach that conversation.
Yeah. But he reassured her that like he is going to be there for his wife through everything. So yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot going on with Carolina this episode, but I do applaud her for sharing that.
Yep.
I do feel for her there.
And well, after this, she gets a rose. So Carolina confirmed in for one more week, and Grant does say that he can see himself falling in love with her.
Okay, and now moving on to what was supposed to be Beverly's one-on-one date. They didn't give any context in the show. They just said Beverly wasn't feeling good and she's not coming back to the house, and then they just move on. But
I know, that was weird.
I did my research, and so yeah, Beverly had appendicitis.
That's so random. That is such unfortunate timing for Beverly.
I know, like right before her one-on-one. Could you imagine, like, you're just starting to like him and he chooses you for a date, and then
That sucks.
yeah, that is rough. Yeah, I know I've said this a billion times, but they'll probably give her a redemption in paradise.
I hope so. Oh my god. Poor Beverly. That is such an unfortunate chain of events.
Yeah.
Like,
So
your appendix could have picked any other time of the year to burst, but right before the one-on-one.
I know.
So we're down another girl in the house,
And I've never seen
and
what happens
what
next.
do you mean?
That'd
Oh,
be so dramatic.
yeah. So
Um,
yeah, this was weird. To be honest, I thought they were
yeah.
just gonna maybe pick another girl for a one-on-one.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder why they didn't. They, I wish they did, honestly, because it turned into a tiny group date.
With three girls, which also a very weird number.
Yeah, and we've never seen, well, maybe we have, but not from my memory. Girls have 2 dates in 1 week. Obviously, they had to because everyone else had already gone on a date. But it's just odd. He just picks Serafina, Litia, and Dina. And yeah, it just turns into like a mini group date. But I'm not complaining because they go to Vanderpump Dogs.
Oh my god, I feel like I just want a fangirl for Lisa. I just love how, like, no matter where you see her, she's like the same.
I loved it. I forgot that this was happening. I know I was so excited for it last week, but for some reason it just slipped my mind that this was happening. And when I saw it, I was so excited. I love Lisa. Serafina says meeting Lisa is a life goal. And I was like, that is very relatable.
Yep.
I want that on my life goals now.
I know. No, before that I was gonna say, like, I wonder, like, out of these three girls, like, who's a Vanderpump fan? Serafina, clearly.
Yeah.
So
I would have been more, I would have been talking to Lisa. I'd be like, yeah, you go on the walk. No problem. I'll stay back here.
no problem. If
Love
I got
her.
sent home after that, that would have been okay.
So yeah, they go to Vanderpump Dogs and they are volunteering. Just like
Yep, just playing with the
playing
dogs,
with the
taking
dogs.
photos.
And Dina says she's like, oh, I'm in my comfort zone. I grew up with 12 dogs. Let's not forget Dina's the one that has but grew up with 11 siblings.
Each sibling got a dog.
But yeah,
Clearly.
Dina and Grant go away first. They're watching the dog. They're kind of talking about like what kind of life they want to live, their lifestyles. Like she has a condo, he has a house. So we start to see like a bit of a connection there for the first time because Dina's kind of been laying low. And then they start showing back at the house.
Yeah, this one did kind of go back and forth a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, before we get to that, I feel like before the group date clip, they showed Natalie, and Natalie kind of showing us like just a clip of her saying that she's not feeling seen and losing her confidence a bit. And I think this boils back to when you were saying how Grant is not doing a good job at making these girls
Feel seen.
like feel seen, and
Yeah.
like it's noticeable the difference of how he acts with all of them.
I actually wrote that down too because and all of them, again, girls do get insecure. I get insecure, and the show is not. There's always very insecure girls on the show, right? It's like gonna make all your insecurities come out. I totally understand, but I don't think we've ever seen every single girl just feel so like they all want that validation, and I feel like they're not getting it.
No, and so early on.
So early on. It's week 3.
It's week 3. This started happening week 2. Like, it's bad right now.
I know. So, yeah. But yeah, we flash back to the mansion and Carolina, who just had her one-on-one date with Grant that seemed to go very, very well. She's spiraling too. She had all the validation from Grant and she's still spiraling, essentially saying she can't handle, like it feels really terrible to come back from a date and then him just go on with other girls like literally the next day, which I understand that feeling. Like I'm sure that is not a fun feeling to feel like you just built this connection and he's already dating someone else while you're kind of just sitting with your feelings about the date. However, she says that she almost wishes she didn't have the date because he's already going on dates.
I rolled my eyes so hard when I heard that. And you could just tell all the girls in the room were like, shut up, Carolina. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
Yeah.
there's a time and a place. And don't say that around like five girls that didn't get picked for a one-on-one. Have never been on a one-on-one. Like, are you kidding me?
I know. I really did not like that because I
That
understand the feeling. Totally. That is a terrible feeling. But what? That is just, that's such a terrible. Read the room. Don't say
that was
anything.
just that was just dramatic. Carolina's really, I get it. She's emotional, but she's the one that cried the first episode. Like she was the first one to cry in the house. Like
Really?
Carolina's a bit of a
Oh, yeah.
emotional wreck.
I mean, I get it, but I don't know. I don't like the way she's we'll get into it, but the way she's kind of handling this insecurity right now.
She's being very pick me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, feel bad for me. Like, no, every girl here feels the same way right now.
I know. Well, moving on to better things. Litia.
This was also weird though. Like
Why?
out of the three girls
Oh,
he
yeah.
picks out of the three girls he went on the Vanderpump Dogs date with, he picks one girl to have dinner with.
Yeah, Litia gets the dinner date. And at that point, I was like, she should have just had a one-on-one.
He's just making up his own rules at this
I
point.
hope that doesn't count as her one-on-one because I feel like that's not fair, but it might. But yeah, they get the dinner date, and I see their connection like 110%. I think she's maybe the winner. If she doesn't, she's definitely making it to top two. Yeah, Grant opens up to her. We actually do get to know Grant a little more. He's opened up a little bit about his dad in the past, so he kind of also, I mean,
Yeah.
shares that with her about his relationship with his dad, but he brings up his mom this time and kind of explains that now that he's getting older, he realizes how much his mom was actually holding down the fort in their family, and how his mom, while she shows him love in like actions, is not a super affectionate person. So he's like craving that. He's craving
Yeah.
like the wife and the kids that are gonna, show all of the affection. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
he wants that. It seems like his love language is physical touch, and that's something that he's
Yeah, or words of
really
affirmation.
craving. Yes, and that's something he's really craving in like a girl right now and in a
Totally.
wife.
And so this part, like, this is why I know you think he's a player. And I'm not saying he's never been a player. I don't know him. And he's really smooth and he knows good things to say. But I do think deep down he is really looking for his partner. That's how I feel now. But I don't know anything about him in his past. So
I want to believe this.
um
I want to believe it. I'm still going off my first impression of him. I'm trying not to let all these things that I'm seeing kind of steer me in a different direction.
fair. But yeah, Litia also opens up to him, and we did know some of this because it was in her package at the beginning, but she shares with him that her mom and dad met in Hawaii, where they went to college. I think it was Hawaii, and her dad was from Fiji, and her mom was from Idaho, and her dad passed away when she was 3 years old. So her mom was young, 23, and so she has a really strong relationship with her mom, with her family, her aunts and uncles, and yeah, they start FaceTiming her mom, which it was really cute, but it kind of shocked me that he's meeting her mom on their first date.
I know. Honestly, I feel like this means that he maybe thinks he sees like long term with her. And I mean, even at the end of their date, he said after tonight, Litia could be my wife.
Yeah.
So like I think he sees the future. But
I love
I
them
don't know.
together.
I think they're cute.
I really
I
like
think
them
they're cute.
together. I think they would be, yeah, I love them. I can't wait to see more. And she's definitely making it to hometowns. Otherwise, that was just
I think-
cruel.
But then again, he does cruel stuff.
Yeah, my Ben was saying that. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, we're gonna send you home.
Yep. This is like Ella all over again with her love letter.
Yeah, no, she's not going anywhere. But
I don't think so, but I don't know. We've been so wrong about these girls that like every week I think I see them differently and I'm like, I have no idea who's gonna make it far.
I definitely think
Not a clue.
he thinks Litia, like he looks at Litia and is like, this could be my wife. Whether that's actually
Yeah.
gonna happen, I think he looks at her as like wife material. This could be my wife. She's like my picture perfect wife. Does that happen? We'll find out. Anyway, Carolina is
Crying in the house again.
crying in the house again about, yeah, she's spiraling, saying that, because we got a teaser at the very, very beginning of the episode of her saying that a girl came up to her and said that while she was dancing with Grant last episode on stage after winning the competition, he was thinking of another girl. And so we didn't know who that was.
Rose.
But now we find out it was Rose, which I went back and I did
Okay.
my research.
Alicia, good, because I tried to go back and find this episode and I couldn't. I am convinced that he said something like that.
So I off the top of my head, I do remember him saying something like that. I couldn't remember whether it was like exact words, but he did say something like that. He said, even today, quote unquote, even today, sorry, with that whole dancing thing on stage, I was thinking about you. That's what he said. So he didn't necessarily say, when I was dancing on stage with Carolina, I was thinking about you, but I can understand how she could have seen that, because he said, even today with the whole dancing thing on stage, I was thinking about you. So he probably meant something like, while we were on the stage dancing today, I was thinking about you. But I mean, I get it. She was probably like super nervous. He was telling her that he was thinking about her. I get where she could see that he said that, but he didn't say when I was dancing with Carolina.
But this is why you don't share your conversations with other girls.
Yeah.
Because that triggered this,
Mm-hmm.
which then she talks to Grant. Grant denies the whole thing. Poor Rose is like, I just misheard you. I'm sorry. But like,
Yeah.
Rose, you probably shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah.
Especially to Carolina, who's a little crazy.
This is true. Yeah, well. Anyway, before we dive super deep into that, we have the cocktail party, or pre-cocktail party, where Grant drops off a box with a bunch of corsages for the girls, because he said that he never got to go to prom because he was really committed to basketball. And I loved this
That checks
idea,
out.
honestly. Like, them having that little dance party in the backyard, and the men, I guess, from the Golden Bachelorette were there. I don't know these men, but they were so cute.
Yeah. It looked like they were having a rave. Like, they were having a great time.
It looked so fun. I'm always curious, because obviously they can't play the music that they're using in the moment on camera for like copyright reasons. I just want to know like how long this dance party is. Is it like, okay, everyone go stand on the dance floor, we're going to film a dancing scene? Or is it like an actual dance party? Like,
don't say that. I don't want to think that that's what happened. That's totally what happened.
I don't know, but
But there was also a scene of them like at a bar about to take a shot, and I was like, I have never seen anyone on The Bachelor like actually sip a drink before, like take a shot.
And
So
there was
that
like
was weird.
there was a scene of like later on of Dina and like one of the Golden Bachelorette men like playing basketball. I'm like, this looked like a fun party until it wasn't a fun party.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is, I guess, Dina. We see Dina pull him aside and ask Grant to prom. And it's so funny because they're talking and she goes, he's like, how are you doing? And obviously there's all this like drama kind of like behind the scenes going on right now with like all the girls. They're all stressed. They're all crying. She's like, I'm great. She's like, this is the least stressed I've been in a really long time, because she's an attorney. Like this is a vacation for her.
Yeah.
She's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm chilling.
She's just enjoying the ride.
I love that for her.
Well, she when I think of like a mature woman with her like life together, I feel like I would think of Dina. Like Dina seems like she's got the career, she's
Mm-hmm.
probably got the money. Like she is ready for a man, she's ready to settle down. She's
Yeah.
like, and she doesn't need him. She doesn't need a man to support her. She
No.
can support herself.
Yeah.
And she just needs some like arm candy.
Yeah. I really like Dina. I think she needs a man with money, but I really like Dina.
Yes. I don't know if Grant's the
Well,
one
Grant's
for her.
a day trader. I think you can make a lot of money doing that.
Yeah, you also make money when you're in Bachelor Nation.
True.
So all these deals he's gonna get after this will buy her ring.
But yeah, I wrote I want her as my lawyer.
I would trust her. I
Yeah.
would trust her with my life.
And then yeah, a little clip of Alex and Grant. They're still cute. You don't think so, but anyway, Zoe says she also, well, she went to prom, but she didn't have a date 'cause she was like, she called herself a nerd because she was really into school. So she asks Grant to dance. I thought that was cute, which also like gives us a little more insight into Zoe. Like, okay, I'm still confused about Zoe. I feel like
Alicia, I don't think I like anyone. I'm having such a hard time right now.
I'm trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, but they'll show me who they are. They will. Yeah, this is then. Yeah, we don't see much of Natalie and Grant.
You know, but during all of this though, Carolina is still spiraling.
yeah, this is when she starts like really spiraling.
They keep like panning to her and then to like a nice conversation with Grant and a girl and then back to Carolina just fucking crying.
Yeah, she's like, I can't handle it anymore. I know I have a rose, but I really have to talk to Grant anyway. So she pulls Grant. She confronts him about what Rose told her. And this is so funny. Grant's like, "All right, if I say a name, will you tell me who it is?" Like, and he's like, Bailey? He's I know.
So Bailey? Was it Dina?
Is it Bailey? Is it Dina? I was like, oh, Bailey's done. Like, the first thing he thought was some girls talking behind about him. He's like, Bailey? I was like, oh, poor Bailey.
The second he started name dropping, I'm like, keep going.
I was like, I want to know your thoughts. He's like, Dina.
Yeah.
So he basically.
And Litia.
Yeah, and Litia. So he names everyone except for Rose. And then she's like, I don't want it to be I don't want to make it a thing. I don't want it. Let's just stop. And he's like, okay. And then it pans to him. He's like walking around. He's like, okay, so we've already narrowed it down. It's like he turns into a detective. He's like, if it wasn't Bailey, if it wasn't Litia, it was Rose. And I'm like, it was so funny.
Well, he was right about
and he was
that
like,
one.
I can't have anyone thinking I'm a player. But anyway, so he pulls Rose, and like, I feel so bad for her because I understand that she shouldn't have said anything to Carolina.
No, but I do also understand, like, when you're with a girl and you're just chatting, like, you're with these girls 24/7. You're gonna talk. Like, it probably just slipped out. It was probably just something, like, that came out. She didn't think it was gonna spiral into something huge.
The only thing I can think is because obviously we don't see the actual conversation between Carolina and Rose. We see everyone talking about it, but we don't see the conversation. My thought is, like, they were talking about that date, like, and Carolina probably is talking about how she won, blah, blah, blah. And Rose probably says something like, oh, he told me that, like, during that date, he was, like, when he was dancing on stage, he was thinking about me. I doubt she went, oh, Carolina, Grant told me that when you two were dancing together, he was thinking about me. Like, I don't think she probably said those words. It was probably more so...
I don't think she was vicious about it.
No, she probably just said something like, oh, he said that he was thinking about me when he was on stage. And Carolina probably took that as when we were together on stage, specifically, right? So, again, I don't know if that's true, but I could see that being the scenario, potentially. And, yeah, I just felt bad because she's sitting there like...
She's literally apologizing.
She's like, I'm so sorry, I thought you told me something like that. And you can tell that she's actually just so confused because she is right. He did say something like that. And he's literally being like, I didn't say that at all.
I think he freaked out. I don't like the way at all he approached that situation. Like, I get it. He's trying to figure out who said what and, like, if there is, like, rumors going around. But like, I don't like the way he kind of treated Rose in that situation. He kind
Yeah.
of just freaked out. She tried to apologize, and then he didn't seem into it at all. He just kind of walked away from the
I
situation.
also don't like that he didn't have any like self-awareness to be like, maybe I did say something like that. Like, I know
Yeah.
maybe he's sure he didn't say I was thinking about you when I was dancing with Carolina, but like he couldn't have thought for a little bit about what that conversation was and maybe how she would have perceived it that way. So I didn't like how he handled it because he definitely did say something like that. And he was like, hard
Yeah.
stop. I never said anything like that. And he was trying to convince himself that he's not a player. And this is what I mean about how you think he's a player and people are perceiving him that way. And I think he probably has been perceived that way a lot in his life, I'm assuming. Like, because he was super defensive about like someone implying he might be a player. So I could see that maybe he has been maybe he's been told that and he like really doesn't want to be that person. Um so that's what I didn't like the way he handled it. I felt really bad for Rose and there's clearly some insecurity about Grant thinking that he's a player.
He also just like cannot handle the drama. He does not know what he's doing. He does not know how to control these girls. He just I like every time I feel like something comes up, he's just like doesn't know what to do.
I
And like
know.
this was the first time I feel like he like took an action and he did it so poorly.
I know. I Yeah. It was interesting to see though how he was like really wanting to prove to Carolina that he wasn't a player. I'm like, are you trying to prove it to Carolina or are you trying to prove it to yourself?
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, this takes up like I'm assuming most of the night and it's just all the vibes were so high at the beginning of this prom night and all of a sudden it's all the girls like in blankets on the couch being like, I've had my hair and makeup done for 7 hours now. I don't even get to talk to him tonight.
They also kind of just shut it down out of nowhere. Like it was like, okay, prom's over, and now we're doing a rose ceremony. Like I just
I
wasn't
know.
expecting that transition.
Yeah, I felt bad for the girls that didn't really get to talk to him, like Chloe. Chloe, just you can tell that she knew she needed the
Chloe.
time. Like truthfully, I don't think one conversation with any of these girls would have changed his mind, truthfully, but at least it would have given them the peace of mind that
Yep.
they got the time, they had the opportunity to show him who they are, and it would at least give them a little bit better peace of mind leaving, I think, than being like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't get the chance, you know?
Yeah, bummed about Chloe. I feel like I was expecting her to last a little bit longer. I mean,
Yeah.
we are in like the last, I think, 10 people, which is crazy to think that we're already at 10
I
and it's
know.
been 3 weeks.
I know. So I was shocked
But
about her, but yeah, we go to the rose
honestly,
ceremony.
Ali Joe,
Yeah.
she was honestly just causing stuff, unnecessary things, so I don't mind having her out. I think it'll be a little bit less drama.
Yeah. And
And then Bailey, you tried. You tried.
you know what?
You were a personality for sure,
100%.
but yeah, I am not sad about those two, just Chloe.
So we're left with Zoe, Juliana, Alex, Dina, Natalie, Serafina, Rose. Rose gets a rose,
Yep.
which I wasn't sure if she would, but I'm happy that he's
No.
giving her at least another chance to. I mean, I don't think I don't know. I don't think he's in the right and she should have been sent home, but I'm happy that hopefully they get to maybe have a chance. But she is right though. Like she mentioned that once the trust is gone, it's hard to come back from that. So I don't see them. Unfortunately, I know she's one of your top picks, but I don't see that recovering, unfortunately.
It's okay. It's okay. Rose will be okay. I think they just need some time. They just need to chat it out. I'm glad she didn't go home because she does deserve another opportunity with him.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way. Like, that would have been so crazy if he just
Sent her home.
sent her home after all that. Like, that would have been just mean. So, give her another week. See what she has to say.
Yeah. See, this is me thinking again. Oh, it was probably the producers saying, keep her. Let's keep the drama going.
See, but next week, like watching like the preview, I don't know. I feel like Carolina's just gonna be. I think she's the problem.
Of course she's the problem. It's
But like, I don't know if Grant is like self-aware enough to see that, or like just aware in general.
oh I so yeah, you're right. We get a whole preview of them. They're going to Madrid, which looks so fun. They're finally traveling because truthfully, I feel like it's been boring staying in the mansion. Usually they do like maybe the first episode and then they head off somewhere. So I'm happy they're going to Madrid. Um, it looks like Serafina and Dina get a one-on-one, I think, from what I saw in the preview. And then the rest of the girls get just a group date. But yeah, there's so much about Carolina spiraling still. And there's a clip of her sitting around, I think sitting around a table, they're talking about, I don't know, we don't see anything, but we hear her say, stop acting like we're in love with this guy or we know this guy or something.
Yeah. No, I think next week's gonna a lot of tears. I think
Yeah.
next week will be a little crazy.
But I don't think Grant can see it himself, but we get a clip of Juliana sitting down with him telling him that Carolina is going around and talking bad about him.
See, and I hope that doesn't backfire on Juliana.
I don't think it will, because I think she's not someone who would just go to Grant with unnecessary drama. Like, she seems like the type of person who is going to go to him out of concern for his experience. She's
Yeah.
not going with the intention of, like, using this to her advantage. She seems like she's going to approach it being like, this isn't about me at all, but I want to let you know this is what's happening because I don't want your experience to be, like, ruined.
Yeah.
So, I don't think it will.
I guess we'll see. I'm still Team Juliana. I feel like every week I either take out a girl or add in a new one.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
I don't have any predictions this week, but
No.
I am
No.
excited for next week.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this was kind of a slower week.
It was, but I think we needed a little break from the drama to, like, get it rolling.
Get us rolling again. Get us rolling, leaving the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be exciting.
Yeah.
New scenery.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, more Bachelor to get into. Maybe some Love is Blind next week.
Yep.
The world is our oyster.
The reality
really-
world is our oyster.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, stay tuned for
Oh, and little update with Traders.
Oh.
I am now up to date. And I am indeed addicted to this show. I'm invested. I'm invested.
I'm invested too.
It took Tom Sandoval to get me into it, but now I'm there.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to hear us recap a little bit of Traders, let us know by commenting on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram.
Can you comment on Spotify?
Yeah, you can comment on Spotify.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we got a few comments last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, that's all.
Anyway, that's it for this week.
Yes, goodbye, friends. We'll see you again soon.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.